Today I really fancy some pizza, and I want to try a gluten-free pizza that I kind of adapted from the internet. We're going to do something a little bit different with it, and we're going to try it. It should come out all right. So what I have here is, I've actually got another bag of these just in case I need them, but I got 5 pounds of tater tots, 2 packages, they are 6 ounces of Canadian bacon, the Hormel kind. Now, they're the sliced ones. You could use pepperoni, but I like bacon, Canadian bacon. Some onions, a bell pepper, some pizza sauce. I'm using Casconi's original and Chicago style. So I got a big bag of mozzarella cheese in the fridge, grated already, and we're going to top it off with a little bit of Parmesan cheese as well. And this just really sounds really good and really quite simple to make. So the first thing I do is I have my oven preheating to, what they say on here, I'm using the bag directions, 425. My oven's preheating to that now. I got I think this is called a half sheet baking tray. I'm pretty sure I'm going to use this whole bag. We're just going to put these on here for now. Get them in a single layer. Be able to fit them all on there, I think. Hopefully. If not, I got another tray. I got almost a full bag on there. We'll see if that's enough. If not, I'll bake up some more, because we're going to do 3 medium-sized tray Harvest Right trays, and we're going to do 1 16-inch round pizza tray. This one we're going to be eating fresh, and the other we're going to freeze dry. So I'm going to get these in the oven. I'm going to cook them according to the bag directions, and when they come out, I'll be back. And while that's going, I'm going to go ahead and prep my vegetables. Okay, so I baked these according to the bag directions. They're not quite as golden brown as I'd like them, but that's all right. What I'm going to do now is take these and cover my pizza tray with the tater tots. Being careful not to burn yourself, because that is hot. Now what I thought I'd do is get my masher out and mash these to try and form just a sheet on the bottom of the pan. And this is what I'm doing different, because you could make a pizza tater tot casserole, but I want to see if we can make a pizza that I can slice with tater tots. I'm not totally smashing these like you would a mashed potato, but I'm crushing these. Like that. You hear my stomach growl there? All right. Now, let me put those off to the side. We'll get one of my Harvest Right trays and do the same thing. Put these on there first. I'm not so much worried about these not sticking together, because when we package them, they're probably going to fall apart anyway. But we're still going to try and make a crust on this one. Now, my oven is still going, so I'm going to pop these back in the oven. Cover that hole up. See if I got any holes on here I want to cover up. I'm going to stick these back in the oven just to crisp up a little bit more. Probably about 10 minutes, I'll let you know. And I'll be right back. Alright. I should point out that I put my Harvest Right freeze drying tray in the oven. And with the silicone mat. Silicone is pretty much safe for the oven. But I would advise you, from what I've seen in the Facebook groups online, the more modern freeze drying trays from Harvest Right are more cheaply made. So I've been seeing a lot of people's trays warp just inside the freeze dryer. So do this at your own risk. Mine are the old style trays, and I've not had any problems putting those in a oven that's 425 degrees at all. I mean, I wouldn't bake them forever, and I wouldn't put it much higher than that on the temperature wise because of the silicone and the metal trays. But I've not had mine warp, but they're older. I got mine in 2019, and I bought a couple more sets. Actually, I won one set on a Facebook group. I think that's about 2022, 2021, in that time frame. So if you got anything more modern, like say within the past 2 years, and this is 2025, obviously just starting, I would be very cautious about putting them in back into the oven. So you'll have to come up with a way to melt the cheese on it. You might have to do it in a baking tin, make your pizza, and then just cut it and put it on your trays to freeze dry. Does that make sense? All right, so let me let that press on. I just put the timer on for 10 minutes. So I'll be back in 10 or so minutes. We'll see how crispy those got. See you then. Okay, so I ended up putting those in for another 15 minutes. And they look kind of pretty good golden brown. So what I think I'm going to do to help hold that together, before I put my sauce on, I got a 2-pound bag of shredded mozzarella cheese. And I'm just going to put just a little bit of cheese on all that. And I'm going to, with the hopes that this cheese will melt in there and kind of make sure all those tater tots stick together. All right. That's one pizza done. We'll be putting that in the oven in a little bit. Let's move on to my other pizza. Traditional. I'm going to put this off to the side. I'll be right back. Alright, so let's put some... I'm not going to bother trying to stick that together because when we package it, it's going to come apart anyway. So let's get my Chicago style pizza sauce. Got a little mix. And let's get some of them. Oh, that smells so good. Alright, spread that out. Cheese on that. put some vegetables on that. So got 2 bell peppers. I got 2 more of these trays to make. Let's spread those out just a little bit. All right. And we'll put some Canadian bacon on there. I got plenty of this, so I'm not going to be too worried about that. All right. Again, I think I'm going to put a little bit of Cajun on that. And we'll top it off with cheese. A little bit of Parmesan. Does that look good or what? I think it looks delicious. Alright, so my oven's still been going at 425. So I'm going to pop both of these into the oven until all that cheese is melted and is looking pretty. I'll let you know how long it was. I'll see you then. Okay, I've let that set for about 10 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and take my dividers and kind of divide this up from my freeze dryer. And I'm going to take the knife along here and just try and cut any of the Canadian bacon so that my dividers go down all the way. That looks good. Oh, still a bit warm. Alright, so I'm going to set this one off to the side. I'm going to let that totally cool down before I stick that in the freezer. And let's see how my to eat today pizza cuts. Let me zoom out a little bit. Alright, let's see how it cuts. Well, it's not going to cut too well with that. Alright, let's get a plate. Let's see how it comes out. There you go. It's not going to be a pick it up and eat a pizza. At least not while it's warm here. Oh man. That is gorgeous. So for you who watch this video who aren't freeze dryers, check that out. Gluten-free pizza that looks like pizza. Oh, you can get the gluten-free flour and all that, I know. That is delicious. I am enjoying that. That's good. Well, I don't want to spend too much time on this because we've got a lot more of the video left to do. So what I do is I have that one tray that I made. That's cooling down. We want that totally room temperature so that when we stick it in the freezer, the tray don't warp. Once that's totally cool, we'll freeze it overnight and freeze dry that. I have two more that I'm going to make, two more trays. Not one like this, two of the freeze dry trays. I'll do that off camera. And the next time you see these, they should be coming out of the freeze dryer. I'll see you then. One more bite. All right, here we go in my gluten-free pizza. Make sure those are all cut all the way through. And I really enjoyed that fresh one that I made. And I noticed once it cooled down that the crust on this did kind of hold together. You could just about pick it up and eat it. All right, let me get my bags. All right. So I decided, I think I'm going to put 2 squares in each pouch. And I'm going to, let's see if we can get them in there at one piece, but I don't think it'll stay together in one piece when I rehydrate, but we'll try it. We'll see what happens. So 2 squares in one pouch, I should end up with 15 pouches. I labeled these pouches Pizza Tots because I kind of have a feeling that's the way it's going to come out when we rehydrate it, as tots. Which will be just as good. Alright, I'll get the rest of this packaged up. That was 40 hours plus, as always, with all my loads. I'll get these packaged up off camera and I'll be right back. Alright. Here's my 15 bags. So let me get this all cleared away. We'll get those sealed up. I got 15. I should have 300cc O2 absorbers here. Drop one in each and ziplock those shut. Alright, the light has gone off telling me it is ready, so let's get them sealed. I'm looking for that to give me a melted look across the front there. I know it's sealed in. So I'll do the rest of these off camera and I'll be right back. There we go. So I'll leave these sit out for a few days just to make sure nothing looks awkward on them. like all the seals hold and all that stuff. Then I'll put them away for long-term storage. And in the meantime, we'll come back and I'll do a taste test on this, probably later. I'll see you then. Okay, it's finally time for me to get doing my taste tests on my pizza tots that I did the 25th of January, and we're now in almost mid-February, but I got tied up doing my 7-day challenge. And if you guys haven't checked that out, you need to check out that whole series, because for 7 days I had nothing but freeze-dried food, and I shared with you my experience every day. And it turned out to be a really fun and learning experience for eating freeze-dried for 7 days. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure you check it out. But this got put on the back burner, so today I need to do my taste test for that. So let's get it open. Now, to be fair, when I first took these out of the freeze dryer, I did do a taste test because it's such a novel idea. Off camera, I tried it and I was pretty impressed. So today, for the video, I'm going to do it 2 ways. That's what it looks like inside the pouch. Take my O2 absorber out. I'm going to take 1 slice out of my pizza, and that's the bottom. You can see the tater tots all kind of molded together. That's the top. And I'm going to leave the other one in the pouch. Now what I did was I took some hot water and I just put it on top of my pizza here. Idea being, I want to see if I can pick this up and eat it like a piece of pizza. So that's one way. And the other way, we're just going to have it like a casserole. So my normal formula is about 1/4 cup per square. We got 1 square in here, so, and 1 square there. So we're going to bring this down to 1/4 cup. I'm going to zip that shut, and that's not a lot of water in there. I might end up adding some more water to that. Okay, that's been a couple of minutes. Put a little bit more water on there. And let's give our tater tots in here a stir. And that did take that full 1/4 cup. And it's still kind of dry. So I'm just going to add a little more water to that. Give it a stir. Get everything coated. Zip that shut. Let that sit for 2 more minutes. And I'm just going to drizzle a little bit more water on here. Let that soak in, and it should be ready in 2 minutes. Alright, that's been another 2 minutes. So let's have a taste and see how our pizza has come out. So I can pick it up like a piece of pizza. It was good fresh as a slice, but the water has not got into much of the tater tots on this, and they kind of dry. So while that soaks up a little bit more, let's go ahead and dish out the more convenient way to eat this, which is probably the way I would eat it. The other was just more of an experiment. Tasted really good fresh like that as a slice. And I see some dry bits there, so we're gonna touch that up just a little bit. I didn't want to put too much water in the pouch when you can't see it, because I didn't want it to get soggy. No one likes soggy tater tots. At least I don't. Okay, yeah, that's coming back together better. So here's my tater tot pizza bowl. And that is good. The tip on the tater tot, at least like this, is you want to use the water sparingly, because the outside of the tater tot is crisp from baking, obviously, and the center is a moist potato from baking, and the center will absorb that water, you know, fairly quickly. And if you get the right amount of water, you get enough water in there to absorb into your tater tot, but not so much water that's drenched and the exterior of the tater tot becomes mush. And that's, I got this just about right. It's much easier to do in a casserole type setting, which here in the bowl. That is good. Much more complicated to do as a slice of pizza. Not bad. I'd say it was fun for the video, but the casserole is really the way to eat this, I think. What do you think? Do you know, John and Bibbs, I like to try things outside the box, and we don't always have the success. And this was a success fresh. It's a way you can have your gluten-free crust. Actually, the tater tots really added something to this. They were kind of thick. Maybe you could use hash browns. You know, buy the frozen shredded potato hash browns with no seasoning or anything like that. Line your pizza pan with that and bake them till they're golden, almost burnt brown. And then put your tomato sauce and, you know, your pizza sauce and all that on top. Take it out of the oven, put all the toppings on it, and pop it back in. Then you would end up with a thinner crust. I bet that would work pretty good. But we didn't do that. And I'm really impressed with the bowl. It's a tater tot pizza bowl. Just the right amount of crunchiness on the outside of the tater tot and a nice potato inside. This is coming out really well. Not so impressed with the squared pizza. I mean, let's be serious. if you're out camping or in an emergency situation, that's probably not the most convenient way to eat that anyway, especially with all the process of trying to rehydrate it. You just want to rehydrate it in your pouch and eat it from the pouch like this. So we got this one out of the way. It's been sitting there waiting for what, 3 weeks now? 25th of January. Just waiting for me to finish recording this. Yeah, so I'm very, very happy with the bowl concept of the pizza tots. Now I'll probably, for the thumbnail, put a nice picture of the fresh slice of tater tot pizza. I don't know. Or we might just call this pizza tot bowl. So let me know what you guys think about this. I'm going to enjoy this off camera, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching.